Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Travis, founder and elder advocate of Age Well Advocacy. And I provide care management for elders age 55 plus and people who care for them. As a gerontologist, also known as an aging expert, I'm proud to support people all over the United States. So today for this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about why is it not always the best idea to wait to get help from a care manager and wait until a crisis moment. So when your older loved one has a crisis moment, such as a major hospitalization, such as their disability, whether it's dementia or not, going downhill very rapidly, or as a caregiver yourself, you may be having an incredible amount of stress and being so overwhelmed that your physical health and your mental health is taking a hit. And then you may decide at that point to look for more support. But really the time to seek out a care manager, seek out someone that does what I do, is beforehand, before it gets to that point. Because take for example, if your loved one wants to age in your older loved one wants to age in their own home, there are services and supports that can help them to age in their own home. And that ranges from everything from medical, such as do they need to go to an adult day center during the day to get help with their personal care like toileting and eating, and also to get that socialization, because that's an incredible piece to it. Loneliness in social isolation can have very drastic health effects, negative health effects. And when we're thinking about putting those things in place, either hiring a personal caregiver to come to the home, or doing something such as if they need a nursing home level of care, setting up with PACE so that they can come to the home with their whole team and helping them to stay in their home. And it's important to do these things before there's a serious infection that happens, or there's a really bad fall and they may hit their head. And as a caregiver, you feel like you're at the very end. You can't do it anymore. You need that respite. And part of what I do is to help set up that support, coordinate that support, and help you to navigate this journey. Again, with or without dementia. And I always like to throw this little tidbit: Alzheimer's is one of the many forms of dementia, that many diseases that can cause dementia. I may do a whole separate video on the differences between saying Alzheimer's and dementia, but if your loved one has Alzheimer's, they likely have dementia. I'm getting a little off topic. But it's so important to set up the help in the beginning. And when you wait for a crisis moment, quality of life can be impacted. So, for example, you can't always prevent a fall, but you can do things to lessen the chance. But when someone hits their head and they fall, their quality of life can take a turn pretty quick. So are we setting things up to help with that, such as beds that are lower to the floor and maybe a cushioned mat beside the bed, for so if they try to stand up from the bed or get out of the bed and they fall, it's a more cushioned fall? Are we doing things such as for medication reminders? There's these tools out here now that can help you with knowing when you've already taken your medication, with knowing what medications to take and having reminders. There's a lot out there. We're in an age of technology. We're in an age where technology can support in areas where there's not as much professional help available. In a care manager, when you're talking about getting professional help, a private caregiver, for example, a care manager can help interview them, can help ask them the questions or guide you so that you can ask the questions that are important, that you may not be thinking about. And it's the same thing. We talked a little bit about helping a person to stay living in their own home, but if it does come a time when you need to move into assisted living or need to move into a nursing home, how to choose one, what questions to ask when you go to tour one, what to look for, what are the red flags. And these are all things that a care manager can support with. I've been happy because I'm now making daily videos on my social media channels. So be sure to check the links in the description of this video. Check out my social media channels for daily videos. Subscribe to my newsletter for free guidance and support. And if you ever need to make that phone call to me, I invite you. I offer a free 15-minute initial consult to see if I'm a good fit. No pressure, just support. Okay, take care.